So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7, an undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team.
And now, lining up for
Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Van Dijk.
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. And that gets things running. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, demands something highly charged. Yeah, we all know who's better on paper or in the rankings, but pride and passion can be a great leveler, especially here.
Well, played right into his path. And the ball is out of play. Mbappe. Ribery. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Messi. That is a great pick out. Now it's Mbappe. That's tidy. He rises! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
After 11 minutes is number 23.
Arsenal penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Johnson is flagged offside. Mbappe. Good spot, he's seen the run. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Maddison. Sarr. Johnson gets into some space. Oh, that's a fine interception. Ariyan. Johnson stood his ground strongly. That is lovely. And Dyke gets it away. Maddison has a goal! Long ball looking to counter. Kimmich, can he spark a counter here? Ariyan. Now it's Mbappe. That's a shade optimistic.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
That is a brilliant interception. Tottenham applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll...
There's the hit! Oh, he's really drilled it. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Tottenham have the chance to go the other way. It's a really well-measured ball. He could be in here. Oh, that's nice. Out of play for a goal kick. Getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Arsenal are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Oh, super ball! Oh, important interception. Gray. Bissouma. Romero. And he's had it nicked away. Looking for options for movement. A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Swift, incisive, deadly, all done in a matter of seconds.
Quick, decisive and unerring. A textbook example of how to turn defence into counter-attack. That'll do for me every time.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Messi. Shapes to shoot! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Ariyan just couldn't steer it on target. Everything else was up there.
Spence. Maddison. Tel. Spence.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Mbappe. That's a lovely, neat pass. Ribery. And through to the goalkeeper. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from
That's
here
the
when
first
they can
half.
repeat their
Let's
first
hope
half
for more
success
of the
with
same.
another show of strength?
Well, you'd have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at each other 100 miles an hour. You wonder whether they can keep this up. Arsenal ahead 2-0, and they are looking good.
And there they are. Please welcome our players, everyone. Substitutions taking place.
And the second half gets underway. Sarr.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Kimmich. Opportunity for Arsenal to break. And it's Ribery. Now it's Mbappe. Sarr. And Spence. And it's Davis. Gray. Johnson. Here's Maddison. Not the most accurate pass. Kimmich in acres of space out wide. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Ribery cuts out the pass. Ariyan. He's played him through. Look at the space here. Hits one! Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Al-Mali. Terrific header! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
60,332.
So we've reached the hour mark. Messi. Spence. And it's Son Heung-min. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Ribery. Played through for the wide man. Son Heung-min. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He's found a way through. And he's cut it out. Johnson. Son Heung-min. Spence. Now it's Son Heung-min. Sarr. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 11, Mbappe. Coming on to replace him is number 4, Phil Foden. Substitution.
Alexander-Arnold. Arsenal do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Gray getting this one clear. Romero pressing high and with purpose. Maddison. And here's Son Heung-min. Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Foden. Ayhan showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Sarr. Oh, no joy this time.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
No luck with that dink over the top. He can run onto that. Solanke. The ball has bounced loose now. Now can he find a finish? Maddison! And somehow he managed to miss it.
It's a good display of fighting spirit for me.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 15.
Arsenal can make their change now with a break in play.
Ribery coming on the field.
Into the last 5 minutes.
Barcola. Number 5, Erdegaard.
Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Well read, and the danger is averted. Bissouma. And it's Davis. Sarr.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Gray. Not too much to add on here, just a minute. And here's Solanke. Oh, good spread. Lovely feet. Kulusevski. Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans, everyone pumped. Takes me back.
Well, that's it for today. Thank you, Jim, and
Please
goodbye.
put your hands together, everyone, and give our boys a round of applause for a job well done.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, there is here a great sense of expectation as to universal contentment. The Emirates embraces Arsenal once more.
And now, lining up
In a
for
system like this,
Arsenal,
Peter, the winger-fullback
19,
combinations can be
Van
absolutely
Dijk.
crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
So we're up and running. Will play through for the wide man. Mbappe! And the shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
I really like this guy, Romagnoli, Peter, especially the way he's willing to go further up the field and press opponents in high positions, giving his team that opportunity to counter a little more quicker. You need to be very confident to be able to go that far up with that sort of regularity, but he pulls it off.
Okay, interesting. Zaccagni.
Look, it's a run defence's dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
Marosic. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Mbappe. And they can counter here. Mbappe has a look inside the box.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Zaccagni. He's a sharp little ball here.
Well, that kind of touch usually leads to a mouthful from several angles.
Still goalless. Alexander-Arnold. Now Mbappe. De Bast. El Mali. El Mali going full tilt down the left. Kimmich. Pellegrini. Engages and forces him off the ball. Mbappe. Now it's Ribery. Nice interception, well timed. Lazio looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Alexander-Arnold, Mbappe.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Zaccagni, always onto this. De Bast. And Alexander-Arnold. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Can he latch onto this? Alexander-Arnold. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Arsenal! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, look, he moves and manufactures in unique fashion. This guy is sheer class.
Number 15, Kinnick. Kinnick. Kinnick.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. He's shifting through the gears here. And that was asking just too much of him. Guendouzi.
Arsenal really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe gets into some space. That's good play. Alexander-Arnold proves just a little bit too strong. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And it's been given away. It's a decent look. In with a header!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Zaccagni. Pellegrini. Rovella. Isaacson.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Floated through. Keeper's ball. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Arsenal head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead.
Everyone, please welcome our players to the field.
And we're underway again. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Marosic. Isaacson. And Gigo. Guendouzi. And Rovella. And it's Ribery. Can he finish? It's a goal! And this is getting better and better.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and a bit hard.
Number 21.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
It's a promising position. Can he get onto this? And he cuts out the supply. Ariyan. Mbappe. Great ball if he can get there. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Arsenal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. Arsenal are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Guendouzi. Isaacson. Oh, good spread. And he skips past his man. That's a good ball played into space. And that has been cleared.
60,179.
They've played it short. Rovella. Messi. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. And it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well read, and the danger is averted. It's a chance! Rovella. And Pellegrini. Guendouzi. Isaacson. He's looking to set free a runner. Looking for the run. Marosic. It's out for a goal kick. Ariyan. Now Mbappe. No, he wasn't going to let him past. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. He's going for goal! Van Dijk. El Mali. Van Dijk. Alexander-Arnold. Van Dijk. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. El Mali. Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe. Zaccagni running with the ball. Castellanos. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
El Mali. That's headed upfield. Looking for the runner. El Mali looking to hit the byline here. That's very neat. And the finish! Zaccagni. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. And Gigo. Marosic. There's the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Marosic. Lazzari.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Al Mali. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Lazzari.
There will be one
Drilled it. Great hit! Ribery. That's a good ball out wide. And there goes the final whistle. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans
Hello,
make their way
and quick
home, so must we.
announcement now. We would like to
Good
ask
evening to
all
you.
to kindly stay seated during the match. Thank you for your cooperation.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. Arsenal have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
And we're underway. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Mbappe. And it's Ribery. Well, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. It's a promising position. Oh, perfectly measured that.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now this could be a chance. Can he finish? Oh, the ball's come loose here. Ribery. Now Mbappe. Ribery. Kimmich. Mbappe. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Oh, great chance! Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Lovely bit of skill.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Arsenal yet to have an attempt on goal. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. He's in space and looking for options.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. It's a good foot in there. O'Malley, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Alexander-Arnold. El Mali. Cleared without complication. Played over towards the opposite flank. Almost half an hour in now. Mbappe! Cleared without hesitation. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Messi with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence. And here's Mbappe. Great work on the overlap. And he was alert to it. That's been cut out, well played. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. And it's Ribery. Messi, now it's Messi. Oh, he's enjoyed that, he evidently loves the contest.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
Skillfully cut out, he is so at ease on the ball. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. Messi. Real chance! Try, oh, and again! Against the crossbar!
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
He's dribbled past his man here. Nice physical challenge. And they can counter here. He's gone for goal! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. So there was the first half.
Arsenal really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And the second half gets underway.
Arsenal are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Ayhan. El Mali. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Has a look and plays it forward. Kimmich. Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Defending of the desperate variety.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Mbappe! Messi! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target. Ribery. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe. There he goes, motoring forward. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. That looks a good ball through. And that has left him in a heap. Forwards and with intent. 60 minutes played. And here's the chance to counter. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. He has found the way through. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
El Mali. Ribery. They get a throw in. So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Arsenal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. That's a nicely measured pass. He is just caressing the ball. Van Dijk. And they're back on the ball again. And it's Messi. And he was quick to react. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. So there's going to be another change here.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 32, numero 11. Lasciano il campo per il numero 80, il numero 10.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Now it's Kimmich. He's got tall. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And here's Foden. And here's Messi. And Messi! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Kimmich. Well timed, excellent interception.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
So here comes a substitution.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
That has been knocked clear. Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
El Mali. Barcola.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Another chance from a corner. And that has been cleared. And that has been clubbed away.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Barcola. Into stoppage time, and it is still 0-0. Picked out brilliantly. Modric.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
So what can they make of this? That's the end. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Arsenal must have viewed this game as very winnable, but will no doubt have a healthier respect for this opposition now.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Signore e signori, vi informiamo che la radiocronaca dell'incontro è trasmessa sulle frequenze della radio ufficiale del club.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, there is here a great sense of expectation as to universal contentment. The Emirates embraces Arsenal once more.
And now, lining up
In a system like this,
Arsenal,
Peter, the winger-fullback
19,
combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Well, we're underway. Kimmich. Always onto this. And it's Ribery. And here's Mbappe. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Distributed tidily. Diogo Dalot. Garnacho. Good challenge, excellent challenge. Eriksson. Chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
They've played it short. Fired deep towards the back post. And now a sudden chance to counter. Ribery. Ribery going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Ribery. Ugarte getting this one clear. Ball is over the line. The ball has bounced loose now. Now it's Kimmich. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Manchester United do have a chance to counter here. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Now it's Messi. Brilliantly cut out. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Arsenal still without a single shot on target. Mbappe. Oh, that's neat. That'll be a corner. Messi plays it short. And the finish! Goal! Arsenal! And he's got what he came for, his 20th goal. That was a given, it always was.
There was a distinct lack of pressure there, Peter. It was a good finish, but it was made easy. That's poor defence.
Arsenal have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Diogo Dalot.
Manchester United really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention.
Oh, what a climb! Goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. Great header, made it look easy.
Yeah, he makes those runs with great stealth and a ghost-like arrival to get his head to the ball.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Garnacho. Bruno Fernandes. He rises! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Ariyan. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. And here's Mbappe. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Arsenal have scored 2 quick goals here and are firmly in the driving seat. 2-0 the score. And that's a throw-in. Ugarte. Zirkzee. He is through here. Tries to dig. He's got Saul. Tries the cut back. Terrific header. He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Diogo Dalot. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Ugarte. Oh, good spread. He's got the shot away! He scores! Half-time rapidly approaching. That could be a big one. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Manchester United get themselves back into contention.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Into stoppage time. Very little left on it.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was...
It's a mighty effort! Oh, there's a probing ball. Garnacho. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it has been a very watchable football match that has already provided 3 goals, both teams contributing plenty to it. And in terms of scoreline, it is close to being perfectly balanced. The game living up to billing and plenty of thrills to keep the crowd warm. We'll be resuming in a quarter of an hour from now with the scoreline 2-1. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it remains very delicately poised, and based on the promise we've seen through the first 45 minutes, I wouldn't be surprised if this takes another twist or two. It certainly would be in keeping.
Arsenal head into the half-time break with a narrow lead, 2-1. And we're off again. So both teams emerge the same as they were before the break. And he welcomes it in. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Kimmich. Now it's Messi. Chance with a header! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground, swallow me up.
And he was quick to react. Mbappe might just make this. Ariyan. Kimmich. Messi. Great chance! They've done it! 2 up and threatening to pull clear.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Number 10, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Look, this position ought to convince them to increase their lead. I think they should be really positive about this now, Peter.
And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Kimmich. Messi and Messi! Bruno Fernandes.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
There's the shot! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. Bruno Fernandes goes short. Lovely bit of skill. And it's pulled in for a header! No, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Now it's Kimmich. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah,
He's had a go! Yes! And the lead is 3! It is surely done! Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe.
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Mbappe. Bruno Fernandes. He's in plenty of space here. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Garnacho! Garnacho! Well, it was a chance, but meat and drink for the keeper.
I think it's a very fair effort, Peter, considering he didn't have much in the way of space to play with.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play. O'Malley gets over and intercepts. Just about up to 75 minutes. O'Malley. Kimmich has it out wide and in space. He gets big! Oh, taken with style! And he is just ripping it up!
Arsenal clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score, which the ball was recovered.
Number 11.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Oh, he's been unstoppable in this match. Every single time he's been in possession, he's looked a threat.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Substitutions taking place.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But
And the shot! And he hits the net! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Number 15. Kimmich. Kimmich. Kimmich.
Arsenal are having a ball here.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Messi climbs up big! No, couldn't hit the target.
Well, he did get himself into a good position, something for him to cling to.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 15.
Arsenal choosing to make the first change.
Coming on
I
the
just think
field
that's
is
really good management,
number
introducing one of his
24,
younger players when the
Barcola.
pressure's totally off, just allowing him some valuable, easy on-field experience time.
Ribery. Alexander-Arnold. And that's gone loose. Ihan. And it's Ribery. Oh, that's an inviting... Up he goes! Ribery. Barcola. And that could set him on his way. Great hit! He has done it! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Yeah, it has become ugly for one, but the other is still delivering beauty.
Number 10.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
Arsenal making consecutive changes here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Ribery.
Lindelof.
Coming on to replace him is number 4, Phil
Eriksson.
Foden.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Barcola.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Zirkzee spread it left. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That looks a cracking ball. Now it's Mbappe. He's picked his way through. He's had a shot! He's scored! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Number 11.
As if 3 weren't enough. This is nigh on utopian.
Well, it's been an up...
So that's it. It is all over. Arsenal just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. Mbappe, very much the man of the moment. His boots at their twinkling best. The end of the game. Reflections?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.